Hey legends, and welcome to this video. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I'm super excited to share this with you. What we're going to be covering today is how to become the conscious creator of your reality. So if you're someone who knows deep down that you have the ability to create your reality, but you're feeling stuck, you're feeling at a plateau, maybe the negative thoughts and the negative emotions really holding you back or keeping you bogged down. If that's you and you want to learn how to break through those limiting beliefs, break through those challenging emotions, and really come into a place of happiness, inner peace, confidence, and abundance in your life, then this training is going to walk you through the exact process that I take a lot of my clients through. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some of the frameworks and the processes that I use. So I'm excited to be here with you. And like I said, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this and to improve yourself. You know, the only thing that we can really ever do to make the world a better place is improve ourselves. So the fact that you're here and you're doing that is amazing. And I want to acknowledge you for that. So let's get stuck into it now. I'm going to walk you through the Conscious Creator Program, right? There's really three main parts here that we cover. We start with self-discovery. This is the most important thing that a lot of people are struggling with when they're coming to me. They don't have clarity on where they're at in life. They feel like they maybe have lost themselves along the way, or they don't know who they really are at a deeper level. So we've got to go through that self-discovery process. And then we move up into self-transformation. So once we've discovered who we really are, our true self, that's when we move into self-transformation. And this is the point where we can start to really shift, change, and transform ourselves into our higher self, into the better version of ourselves, or the best version of ourselves. So that's the self-transformation process. And then finally, we move into self-mastery, right? And this is where we need to sustain that. A lot of the times when I'm talking to people, the problem that they have is they feel like they might do something like this, but then they might go back to their old ways. You know, negative patterns just keep coming back up, right? So how do we make it so we actually sustain change over the long term instead of just coming in and doing a program and then going back to our old ways after the program's done? How do we actually develop mastery over ourselves so we can sustain that higher self, that best version of ourselves for a long period of time? That's what we talk about in self-mastery. So I'm going to walk you guys through this now, starting with step one, which is self-discovery, right? So step one is self-discovery. And in this step, right, what we're doing is what we are looking at: getting clarity, figuring out what your goals are, figuring out what your values are, and figuring out what your purpose in life is. This is what we do in the first phase. We get clarity, we look at goals, we look at values, we look at purpose, right? Because you need to know who you are. Each individual has a specific and unique energetic signature, right? And so that's what we're doing when we're getting clarity, when we're figuring out our values and our purpose. We're getting in touch with ourselves and our real meaning in life, our real purpose, our soul's journey. That's what we're doing in the self-discovery process. And at this point, we also introduce the conscious creator method as well. So I'm going to walk you through that in a moment. The conscious creator method is a method that we use to reprogram the subconscious mind and really start to activate a new conscious mind, right? So that's self-discovery. Now, this first step is really to reconnect you with who you are, right? In this step, you learn the conscious creative method, which helps you take radical responsibility for your life, get clarity on your direction in life, connect with your spirit and your intuition, find a purposeful life, create an abundance mindset, easily reduce your stress and anxiety levels, which is a big one, overcome your doubts, your worries, and your fears, and start building unshakable self-confidence and self-belief. Now, I've got a short little testimonial here from one of my past clients, James, who is an electrical engineer. He said, "My mental health has improved immensely. My anxiety seems like a distant memory. I'm happier, have more energy, and I'm less reactive." I worked with James for about 8 months in total. And obviously he had some great success. Before we started, he was super anxious to the point where his eyes would hurt physically. He wanted to be able to communicate clearly at his job. Obviously, he's an electrical engineer working a very professional job. He wanted to be able to communicate clearly and confidently. He knew that he had to step up his personal growth and self-development to go to the next level of his career. And so that's what we worked on together. And after working together, he saw some profound changes. So that was pretty cool. Now, I'm going to walk you through the conscious creator method, right? Just to give you a quick overview of what it actually looks like. So, you know, we all have thoughts, we all have emotions, we all have beliefs, And this is a little bit more technical, but we all have a reticular activating system. So you might be like, Josh, what are you talking about? Reticular activating system is a little part of your brain, right? Which actually connects your conscious and subconscious mind. It's like the filter or the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So without going too much further into that right now, I'm going to talk about how we reprogram the mind. We've got to start with the thoughts. We have to change the thoughts. And then we also have to change the emotions, because a thought and an emotion creates a belief. Think about it. If you believe in something, it's that you feel and think that thing is true. You think feelingly, which creates belief. All you need to do is look at any of the religions in the world, right? They have a thought about God or Allah or whatever it is that they believe in, and they get emotionally invested in that to the point where it becomes a belief, and then they believe it. And then what happens, the next step, which is really interesting, which is what we talk about a lot in our program, is how do we hack the reticular activating system? Because what happens is that your reticular activating system looks for confirmation of your beliefs being true. I'm just going to say that again. Your reticular activating system looks for confirmation of whatever you believe to be true. That means it looks for confirmation in the external world of whatever you believe internally. And so if you keep seeing confirmation of a certain belief system, it starts to become a conviction. And now this can happen in a positive direction, and it can also happen in a negative direction, right? One thing I like to say, which is funny, a lot of people want confidence, right? People can be confident that they're not confident. So I tell everyone, you've already got confidence, right? But maybe you're just confident that you're not confident. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but you get the point, right? So what we want to do is come back to the thoughts and the emotions, and we want to really change them, reprogram the thoughts and emotions to reprogram our beliefs so that we're getting new beliefs fed into the RAS, and we're looking for confirmation of our new beliefs being true. This is how you can reprogram your mind. This is how you can consciously create your reality, because after a long period of time, you start to develop conviction that, yep, this new belief is true. And with conviction comes confidence. So that is the conscious creator method. A bit of an overview of it. Obviously, we go much deeper into that. But let's go to step 2 now, right? Self-transformation. Now, this is where we start to actually shift any negative energy patterns that we have, any negative thoughts, any negative emotions, and we start to reprogram the mind. This is where we focus on the self-transformation, and this is really powerful, right? Now, we've got a bit to go through here, but I'll get through it quickly. This next step really involves shifting negative energy patterns, reprogramming your subconscious mind, and breaking through those limiting beliefs. Right? Here you'll learn a bunch of our frameworks and processes. You'll learn the shifting energy patterns framework, the emotional trauma healing series, the identity alchemy process, the 4D manifestation system, and the letting go method. And these frameworks and processes will help you reprogram your mind for success in life, eliminate your limiting beliefs, heal your nervous system and any anxieties that you might have, let go of unhealthy patterns and behaviors, embody a whole new identity, and manifest from your higher self. So obviously you can see this self-transformation, there's a bit in there here, but this here is the body of the work, and this will change your life. This will transform your life and help you connect with your higher self. This is very powerful stuff here. And so I've got another little testimonial here from one of my clients, Amanda, who's an online business owner. She's actually in the healing space as well. She says, I'm feeling more on purpose and inspired in my business to show up. All the things that I need to do to get business are not scary anymore. I definitely feel like I'm a lot more powerful and confident. Before we started working together, Amanda had a lot of fear of judgment, fear of what are people going to think of me if I put myself out there, right? And those fears were holding her back from actually taking action. Now she doesn't have that fear anymore. She feels on purpose. She feels inspired. She feels more powerful and more confident. That is a testament to the self-transformation work that I was able to do with Amanda. So that's that. And now what I'm going to do is actually walk you through one of these frameworks really quickly. So what you're going to want to do, if you've got time right now, is, if you can pause this video, then do it. Grab your notepad and pen, right? Notepad and pen. And I'm going to walk you through this shifting energy patterns framework. This is a powerful process that can really help you heal emotional traumas. But before healing, first, just get awareness and identify, what are my limiting beliefs? Like, what are these challenging emotions and where are they coming from? So what I want you to do is, with your pen and paper, write this down. Step 1, identify the pattern. Now, what is the pattern that you're experiencing that you want to shift? Surely there's some negative pattern in your life where you're like, man, I don't want this, right? If you're here, you're watching this, I'm guessing that there's going to be some kind of pattern that you're wanting to change in your life, right? Maybe it's you're drinking too much. Maybe it's you're feeling frustrated because you don't have enough money. Maybe you're feeling angry because your partner's not meeting your expectations, right? Maybe you're anxious because of social environments. Maybe you just can't be disciplined and you're like, why am I procrastinating so much? Whatever it is, step one is identify the pattern and then write that down. Write down the pattern. What is it? Step two is to find the external attachment. So there's always going to be an external attachment, like, oh, my wife's making me angry, or oh, my employee is making me angry, or oh, I don't have $10,000 yet, so I'm frustrated, or I don't feel confident in myself, so I'm anxious. I don't feel safe in these social environments. I don't feel comfortable in social environments, or I'm always people pleasing. Like I'm always like saying yes to things that I don't want to say yes to. Right? What's the external attachment, right? And the way that you can find this is actually by going, when I have blank, I will finally feel blank. So what is it that you want to have that's going to make you feel a certain way? When I have blank, I will finally feel blank. You can pause the video, write it down. When I have blank, I'll finally feel blank. What's that external attachment? Step three, unpack the subconscious identity. So we're going through a process here, right? Step one, we've identified the pattern. Step two, we've found where the external attachment is for that pattern. And step three, we're going to go a little bit deeper now. We're going to unpack a subconscious identity. This is deep work, right? Usually I'm doing this with people live on our group calls or on our one-on-one calls, and we're going deep in it personally, right? I'm going to run it through with you guys real quick now. But what we're doing when we're unpacking the subconscious identity is we're looking at like, okay, is this coming from a victim identity, or is it coming from a people-pleasing identity, or like where is this coming from? Like what kind of energy is this pattern coming from? Is it like a bit of a victim kind of energy, or is it maybe like a caregiving, people pleasing, like I'm trying to keep everyone else happy kind of energy? What is it? Write that down. That's step three. And then you can even go a little bit deeper into this, right? When we go into the healing, we look at, okay, well, where has this happened in my previous life? Like where is, in my younger life, like where is this pattern coming from in earlier in my life? Because if you're experiencing it now, it means it's coming from some earlier time in your life, right? So we can go in and heal those memories, heal the younger self, and do a lot of work around that as well, right? Step four is to install a new identity. So now that we've got the awareness of the first half of this process and where our pattern is coming from and what the issue is, we can go, okay, cool. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to change. I'm going to choose to consciously change and be a new version of myself. So what is that new version of yourself? Install a new identity. Maybe you want to be the abundant entrepreneur. Maybe you want to be the true leader in your family. Maybe you want to just be a confident person. Maybe you want to be an efficient leader or an efficient boss, a productive boss, right? Like, what is the new identity that you want to have? Write it down. Give yourself a new identity. Write it down. Step five is connect to spirit. So at this point, what I want you to realize is that you don't need anything outside of yourself to feel a certain way. You have the power within you to feel any way that you want right now. And a way that you can do this is by closing down your eyes real quick. One way that I like to do it is putting my hand on my heart and taking a deep breath. When I connect with spirit, I finally feel at peace. I finally feel calm. I finally feel powerful. I finally feel free. I finally feel abundant. So you can answer this question. When I connect with spirit, I finally feel. Take a moment now and do this process. Connect with your spirit and let me know, how does it feel, right? Let me know in the comments of this video. How does it feel when you connect with spirit? And I want you to know that you always have this connection. And when you really tap into this connection, you don't need anything in the external world, right? You realize you've got all the positive emotions that you could ever want to feel right inside you. So that's step five, connect to spirit. And then step six is to integrate the new identity. So we're going to choose one positive action that we can do that's aligned with our new identity, and one negative action we can stop doing that's from our old identity, right? And that's step six. And obviously this is something that we go into much more detail with in the program, but I'm going to carry on because I don't want to waste too much of your time. Finally, what we talk about is self mastery. This is at the end of the process, right? We're really developing discipline and daily habits. And we're also thinking about how can we help others, right? Because helping others and being generous is really the most fulfilling thing that we can have in our life, right? So that's what we talk about in self-mastery. And finally, when you're embodying self-mastery, you're going to learn how to break through to mental, emotional, and self-mastery, how to manage your time efficiently and become hyper-productive, how to develop rock-solid discipline and consistency, how to help others who are struggling or in need, and then finally, how to become the conscious creator of your reality. So one more testimonial here from one of my old clients, Tim, who is a brick and mortar business owner. When he started working with me, he was really frustrated, had some anger and some frustration from a past relationship that he wanted to process. He said, when I started, it felt like I was stuck on a roundabout and I didn't know where to get off. I was stuck with some pretty deep-rooted emotions, but now I feel free from that roundabout. Now I feel epic. Life is there for the taking. Worked with Tim for actually about a year. And yeah, we did some great work together, and he's in a totally different place now where he has mastery over himself, and he knows that he can consciously create the reality that he desires. The other day, I actually saw him getting on Instagram. He was getting a crane. He was getting a hot tub lifted into his balcony. I thought that's just so funny. Classic Tim. But anyway, that's self-mastery. That's Tim's testimonial. That's it. And now I want you to know that there's really two main reasons that people come to me for coaching, right? One is they want expert advice and proven frameworks they can learn and implement to achieve their goals. And two, they want accountability and support so they can be more consistent and disciplined to achieve those goals. And that is what I will help people with. So finally, a bit of an overview of really my three main pillars, right? These are three things that I think are super important. Self, obviously, our relationship to ourself is the most important thing for a fulfilling life. Systems. I'm a very logical guy. I'm a man. I've got a healthy masculine frame, and I love systems. I think that we need to have good systems, good frameworks, good processes that work. So it's not just woo-woo. Like I do like the woo-woo stuff as well. Don't get me wrong. I have a connection to my feminine aspect as well, but I love systems. I think systems are good, and I think they're helpful when we're doing self-development work, when we're doing personal growth. So it's not just all woo-woo and all over the place. It's very systemized and processed. And finally, simplicity, right? I love simplicity. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. I don't want to make things confusing. Simple is the best. So those are the core pillars for the program, right? Now, if you want to get started, DM me, I'm ready. You can drop a comment below and you can tell me you're ready. But the best way to do it is to find me on Instagram at It's Josh Holiday and DM me, I'm ready. Tell me you're ready. If this is what you're after, if you want to take yourself to the next level, if you want to consciously create your reality, send me a DM. We can have a chat. First step is us having a talk to see if you're a good fit for the program. I don't let everyone into the program, frankly, because not everyone's a good fit. So we need to have a talk first. And that's just a casual chat to see, all right, is this a good fit? Do we like each other? Like, I honestly don't like working with people if it's not like a good relationship. And I'm sure you can understand that as well, right? Like, you got to like the person you're working with, especially with this kind of work, right? This is deep personal work. We have to have a good relationship. It's important for your success that we do. Once we've had that initial chat, if it sounds like we're a good fit and you want to get started, then we can get you on board. And that's it. Really simple, right? So DM me, I'm ready. And like I said, thank you for watching this. Thank you for being here. The fact that you're here, that you're even considering improving yourself is really amazing. And if you're not ready to get started with coaching, but you want to learn some more of my systems, I have heaps of free content on YouTube. So if you message me and you say, hey, Josh, that was a really great video. I don't want to do the coaching, but I do want to improve myself in this area. I can just send you a free resource. I'm happy to do that. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.